There are no programs to speak of on MTV, no shows with beginning, middle, and ends. It's just this never-ending barrage of music.
Remember all the time you used to spend spinning your radio dial in search of your favorite music? Well, the search is over. MTV Music Television has all the music you want to hear. All the stars you want to see, and the full stereo sound you demand. Stop spinning your dials. Stay tuned to MTV Music Television.
America, demand your MTV. I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
MTV Music Television. Video music 24 hours a day and a stereo.
Call your cable company and say, I want my MTV.
As Generation X enters middle age, music and media from the 1980s continues to return to the modern zeitgeist. The first 8 years of MTV opened the music industry to the world. A plethora of varying cultural influences and musical styles broadcasted to millions of American viewers. However, it is an accepted fact that most of Hollywood is run by a relatively small circle of people, and directing music videos during the 1980s was no exception. Shortly after their mainstream advent, music videos from all genres were exhibiting similar styles, themes, and editing, resulting in a number of cliches and recognizable tropes that inevitably defined the decade. The European influences on fashion and music were inescapable during the early MTV years, as new wave and post-punk topped American charts. As Europe grappled with the decline of communism and the rise of globalization, their band's music videos were filled with dystopian cityscapes and post-war architecture. Although this cannot entirely be credited to Europe, the late 1970s and early 80s saw a rise in dark urban themes, primarily due to the crack epidemic that began to plague American metropolitan areas. The city, in the popular media, was no longer a place of idealism and industry, but now an insidious underground where vagrants and criminals danced in the street. Combined with garish punk fashion, 80s music videos embraced this seediness, showing the world that class and wealth didn't always protect you from the new generation. As I mentioned before, a group of less than 75 people did the majority of music video direction for the A and B list pop stars of the period. Some obscure names like Steve Barron, Wayne Isham, David Millay, and Russell McCauley all helmed chart-topping hits from Madonna to Moody Blues. Music video directors that would find later cinematic success include Mary Lambert, Julian Temple, Jonathan Kaplan, and John Sayles. Unlike the 1990s, which has several immediately recognizable visual cliches attributed to it, the music videos of the 1980s have a more irreverent similarity, bound together by ideas
which has several immediately
recognizable visual cliches attributed to it. With the birth of MTV came the true globalization of the music industry, a reflection of some of the world's most popular artists. The themes and archetypes that shape the modern music video industry may seem corny and outdated by today's standards, but as the world moves further into the 21st century, millennials will continue to cherish media from the 1980s. And it should be known that although MTV may have broadcasted to the world, a select group of people beyond the artists were responsible for the content it provided, leaving their mark on pop culture forever.
You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart, I hang on every word you say, tear us apart.
It's been an amazing decade for MTV. The channel has gone from a small idea to a worldwide phenomenon.
Knock 'em out.
You can now see MTV in 72 countries on 6 continents, and you can see MTV's influence everywhere you look, from movies to TV shows to commercials. Tonight's show is not a retrospective. It's a testament to great music.